stroke them, love to be free. Cats lie in the sun, I love to watch them. Pussycat fun. Who knows if they love you? Are they thinking of you? Rubbing up against you? Do they love you? Cats moaning at night, out on the prowl. They scratch and bite. Cats playing with balls, curled up beside you, won't come when you call. Who knows if they love you? Are they thinking of you? Rubbing up against you? Do they love you? Cats land on their feet whenever you drop them, so light and petite.
Are you light and petite?
Cats purring at me, love when I stroke them.
All right, y'all. Good morning. Glad y'all can be here. Happy Saturday. Took a weekend off last weekend and came back with somebody. This is Cornelia. That is her name. And she is a very, very sweet kitty, as you can see. She literally, this past Sunday, she literally jumped into my arms from under the porch of my friend where I was staying, and she came up to me and ran and jumped into my arms. And she is such a sweet kitty, as you can see. She's very relaxed. She's happy to be spending all this time with me because she's been living out here in the shop, which she will continue to do. And don't worry, I've been checking the air conditioner. We've had several really, really warm days here. Temperatures up into the 90s this week. Yes, girl. Yes. And it stayed nice and cool out here. My power bill's not going to be nice and cool, but it's worth it, isn't it? So, yeah, Cornelia made the trip back from Georgia with me, and she did very well on the way. She does enjoy riding in the car, actually, and I think her only complaint is she can't get out of the carrier to walk around and look out the windows. But she is just a very loving kitty, and she is great with children. Yes, I just posted a picture over on Twitter, and I'll post one on YouTube so you can see if you don't have Twitter. But we went to the vet this morning, and we got an x-ray done, very expensive x-ray, and figured out she's got about 5 kittens in there, possibly 4, but maybe we're counting 5. And she is probably due, well, any day now. So anyway, yes, Cornelia's going to be a shop cat for a while because I don't want to stress her out by taking her in around the other cats yet. She did Tuesday, since it was so hot. I wanted just to make sure how the AC was working out here and keeping up with it. And so she spent Tuesday all day while I was at work inside in the bathroom because I'm remodeling my back bedroom. It's closed off. Can't really get in and out of there right now. she did not like having to spend the whole day in the bathroom, but she did okay. And I figured out it was cool enough out here. 93 degrees outside, and it only got up to 78 out here with the AC running. So she's good out here. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, Rune, I knew I was live. I was playing my favorite cat song. So let's say good morning to Dana. Thank you for getting the lights for us. Rune International, right behind her. Jeff, HKS Systems. Hope you're making enough breakfast for everybody. Let's see. Rune trying to clean up around the house. Yes, I'm going to be doing that today as well. Again, I'm working on remodeling my back bedroom, and it is packed full of stuff. Plus, the carpet's going to have to come up and be repainted, new flooring. Not really looking forward to that. That's going to be expensive. Legless Lockpicker, good afternoon to you, sir, over in the UK. Hope you're enjoying all the festivities with the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. That's very, very intriguing to us Americans, and just very, very exciting for the world, I know. And so yeah, it's really, really cool. Let's see. Jeff Moss showed up in the house. I don't know if he's here still. So y'all saw last weekend. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Finish saying good morning to everybody. Dave Addion, good morning. G Keyman, good morning. And Robert Patton, good morning. Tyler Thomas. Wow, you're here too. Awesome. Awesome. See what fun you can have when you're not doing like adulting things. Miko Wolf, good morning. Shop's coming together nicely. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. You've not been here in a while. Yeah, this place is really a mess, and probably need to do a shop cleaning video one day. That might be a Sunday live one day. Probably not tomorrow though, but definitely. Let's see. We got Jeff's back. James, Delp, good morning, or good early morning to you. We're just talking about the kitty, the new kitty. Came back to me. So last weekend, Jeff and Tyler, while y'all are here, yeah, apparently, I know I posted a picture, but or Jeff posted a picture on Twitter, and then I posted it on my YouTube channel. But I was late. Why didn't you guys tell me to leave earlier? I would have left earlier that day. I missed all the fun. Y'all made videos. I wanted to make videos. I guess I'll just have to come back down. Which hopefully I'll may get back down your way, Tyler, again later in the summer. Of course, nothing's planned out as of right now, but that's sort of the idea. Come back down. Since I'm going to be busy with babies, I don't know when that might be, but I've got some cool locks to show you guys. I've gotten several in the last week, and first one is, well, I'll bring y'all around here. Excuse me, girl. Excuse me. You better not start having babies on camera. That would be kind of gross. I don't know if I want to see it. So we'll come around here. Tyler, my shop is not nearly as organized as yours. Yes, you can see the litter box over there. All right, Cornelia, I kind of need this space. Can I have this space, please? Come here. Let me set you back over here. Yeah. Good kitty. Good kitty. Yes. All right, so first lock I want to show you guys, is this Medico M4 Tyler gave me. Tyler, I've still not got it pinned up, but you can see. Well, no, I don't want to show that because that's probably Tyler's sidebar. I don't know, Tyler. You tell me if it's okay. But you can see it's a really cool, shiny, new M4 cylinder. And it's really, really awesome to have. I've not got it pinned up yet. So when I do get it pinned up, I might be able to pick it. I might not. But next time there's a group picture, get a box for Tim. Yeah, y'all saw how short I really am. Oh well. I can show it. All's good. Okay, cool. I know some people are particular about that, but yeah, you can see where it's got the sidebar pins, or the side finger pins. Of course, it's got the up and down, left and right, center. Of course, that's right, center. It's got the cool little interactive element on the key. Really, really awesome. I've not gotten a chance to watch those videos that y'all made, that you and Jeff made. But very cool lock. I will get it pinned up. Just have to get the chance. Good morning, Ronald. So my parents recently went to France for a vacation, and just travel, and they spent about 2 weeks over there, and it was really, really cool. I went by and saw them yesterday evening. They live about an hour away from me now that I've moved, but I went by and visited, and they brought me back some stuff from France, and it was kind of birthday present / souvenir. But I'll start with this one. This is a padlock that was actually used at a church there. The folks that Mom and Dad stayed with have been missionaries to France for probably somewhere close to 35, 40 years. And anyway, so this was actually used by one of the oldest members of the church, and he passed away, and excuse me, and they anyway, they met his widow and were able to get this lock. You can see it's really nice, kind of chunky lock, brass bodied, hardened steel shackle. It's funny that it's made in France, but hardened is in English. See the keys and see me drop it. Fairly decent bitting. It's just kind of a Yale style keyway. Opens real nice. It's just got locking pawls, not ball bearing, but still a nice chunky lock. There you can see the name on it. Let's see. Extreme registered. Fonzie, good morning. Let's see. You got the good evening YouTube channel reference, Jeff said. Locksmith. Cool. So the next thing they got me, they actually went to a local locksmith there in the area where they were staying, and he gave them some keys to give to me, and these are really, really interesting. I've never seen these before, but they actually articulate, and you can actually pull it off like that, and it hooks in there. Sent a picture to my boss last night after I got these, and he said he'd seen some of these before. I've never seen these. So I have no clue what that's all about. I know that that is some wicked looking lever bitting on this key. And let's see here. Let's grab the tape measure just to see exactly how long it is. Just, let's see, looks like 7 1/8 inches long, or right at 8 millimeters. So that's a pretty good length, actually. Yes, Cornelia. You like the long keys too? Okay. All right. Excuse me. Yes. Good girl. Good kitty. Come here. All right. And then, let's see. Mauer safe locks. Okay. All right. Cool, Jeff. Mauer or Cowie. Or Cowie. How you pronounce that? I've never seen one of those. But knowing that I like really odd stuff and that I'm really into safe work, they got me this safe lock. This is a Fichette M3B and is key operated. And we're going to just start with the key. I mean, you can see it's not quite as long as the others. Probably about 5.5 inches, something like that. And then it narrows down and then has sort of a bullet shaped tip to it. All of these little fins are different lengths, so I'm assuming that presses down against the levers. I'm not familiar with Fichette. I mean, I know the name and I know that they're crazy expensive. Or Fichet, excuse me. Fichet, not Fichette. Fichet. But you can see there's even a little ball bearing in there. And the key only goes in one way. And it sinks in like that and then rotates to move this, which would be, I guess would block the bolt work inside. But you can imagine for a key that long to fit into a safe, that's a pretty, I mean, that's going to be a pretty thick door on that safe. But that's really, really cool. Just really awesome. Fichet, yes. I nailed it, Tyler. Sorry. That was the North Carolinian in me pronouncing that. Of course, I think you have more of a Southern accent than I do. But I don't know. We should probably leave somebody up north, or better yet, let Rune decide which one of us has the more Southern accent. Someone is overcompensating with the length of those keys. So no need to have long pockets. You can leave the long part at the office or sort of double custody. Okay. Yeah, that would be kind of cool with these. Just keep one of these and then multiples of these locked up, maybe? Maybe that's why it does that? I don't know. Somebody educate me. But yeah, the Fichet lock was really, I mean, that's really sort of the Mac Daddy of them all. I don't know if you guys can see down in there. There's my light right here. But you can see the little tips of the levers that interact with the key down in there. I mean, I have no clue where you would even start to pick one of these. I don't know how they tension. I mean, I imagine torque would tension it, but as far as setting those and if this is mounted in a door, if this was mounted in a safe door, how would you? I mean, you couldn't even get back in there with a tension tool unless if you had like a custom, pick like what's made for Chubb lever locks. But yeah, that's. I mean, this is really awesome. Probably also the most expensive lock in my collection. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, no, I am not even going to attempt to take this apart. Because I probably would never get it back together, and I don't want to ruin it. As you can see, it actuates the cam on the back to move the bolt. Pick is available, but very expensive. Yeah, I could imagine. James, get out of my gutter. Get out of my gutter. There's not enough room in here for two of us. But yeah, so some very, very cool locks. Now, I texted Jeff and Tyler a picture of these last night when I got home. You'd pick it with dynamite litter picker. One shank to rule them all. Texted them a picture, and I said I was going to talk about them today. And then I also had some really, really bad news. A tragedy, in fact. While I was at my friend's house, her mom and dad were there, and we had some things to work on. Her dad's in construction, and really, really cool guy. It was the first time I ever met him. I'd heard all about him for years and years, but never met him till last weekend. And he got kind of got the itch one morning, and we started doing some little construction projects, and he didn't have any power tools with him. Fortunately, I had my drill and impact with me, and anyway, I went to go get them out of my tool bag, and I noticed that this was a little bit ajar. Now you see, I keep it with this nasty ass duct tape, which I should probably clean off. Yeah, it's time for new duct tape. But it was sitting vertically in my tool bag, and there were some pins that were in there, like in the bottom of the bag. I didn't want to ruin my great weekend. It's my birthday, Memorial Day, spending time with friends I hadn't spent time with in years. First time in years that I've gotten away on my own. So I didn't want to ruin it. And it's been sitting, just I put it out of my mind. So, folks, the images you are about to see may be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Ooh. The top popped up. Alright, I'm going to turn away and just lift the lid up. And... Ooh, I heard that. I'm still not looking. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Well, shit. That's not good. To say the least. Well, I do know that these are 288 pins. Quick set number 6. Yeah. James, Tyler, Dana. Yeah, but Rune, even once you sort it out by colors, I mean, look at all the wafers, all the master pins. At least my springs are still in one spot. Yeah, Jeff, I think a refill kit is my best and only option. Looks pretty. Yep, new pins only. We can save it. Toss it and buy a new one. Not worth keeping now. One down, 89 to go. Jeez, yeah. Yeah, the state of the pin kit. Well, since I don't get political, I'm not going to say anything about the state of the pin kit as relating to the rest of the world, but the state of my personal pin kit is pretty damn sorry. Yeah, I would need to order every single one that's in there. I mean, I don't use the thing since I became, since I started working as a locksmith. I don't use this kit, but I like having it just in case. And there was actually a time that we did use it once. We were going on a really big rekey, and we realized that we were out of, what was it, no, we weren't out of them, but we were running low on 240 pins. And which 240 is the most common, you can see on the chart. 240 is the most common pin that we use. See, there it is. Schlag number 5. Quickset number 4. Weiser number 4. Let's see, where else is it? Yale number 3. Yeah, so I actually pulled this kit out of my car, out of the trunk of my car, and we took it with us and used a few out of there. We didn't have to use many, but wow. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't open this up while I was on vacation. Yeah, it's horrible. Sell it as slightly used on Facebook. Pretty, colorful, comically tragic. Like when a pheasant runs into the path of your car and feathers rain slowly. Litter picker, that's horrible. Give them away to somebody with a lot of time on their hands. Okay, the log is a Fichet Bausch Monopole MB2. It is, it's the M3B on there. But beyond that, I know nothing about it other than it's really, really cool with a really cool key. So let's, oh god, they're even in the side. They're stuck in here. Wow. Me. Yep. Alright. Tyler, I need a solution like you have for your pin kits, I think. Only mobile friendly. Oop, nope. Okay, we're not. Apparently, Splinter is not level. Now is when I really, really need a brass magnet. anybody knows where we can order brass magnets from, please let me know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got refills for some, like the most common ones. I've got some refills for. I could put in here, but I mean, I like having it just in case. Plus, this is, if I need to rekey my house. Well, rest in peace, pinning kit. And I have no idea where those other pins went. LPG, good morning. Let's see. Legless will take it. Okay. Drop by and pick it up like Tuesday. If you come by and pick it up Tuesday, you can have it for free. Empty it all into a tray and start filling back while watching videos. Yeah. G-Keyman has time. Rune will take the pinning kit if I include the M4. No. Because the M4 and its key cost more than what I paid for that mini pinning kit. Let's see. All right, GQ man, drive safely. Which, yes, I learned my lesson. Everybody, Anthony, who's strangely not here this morning. Anthony and Night Owl, neither one here. Anthony gave me a hard enough time for live streaming while I was driving. Yes, I know that's dangerous. I shouldn't do it. However, please keep in mind that I am a trained professional and have driven for years trying to look between the road and a computer screen and the radio and all that good stuff. Let's see. They're sorted. Leave it like that. New game for the kids. Oh, thank you, Dana. Yeah. There's a lab set of every size pin for the 3000s kit. Come here. Show your good side. Make a brass magnet by rubbing 2 chunks of unobtainium together. Okay. Good time to test a deviant decoder card. Maybe. Jay, you just missed you just missed the most graphic thing you will ever see on this channel. Okay, nights. Oh, that's too bad. I'll have to send him a message if he's not feeling well. Now, Rune, just for the record, I did not drop it. It looks like it was dropped, but I think what probably happened is this old duct tape, since it's all mushy, probably separated in the heat because it's been in the trunk of my car. No, you can't have any of that. No. It's been in the trunk of my car, and so I think the heat probably melted it, and I had it sitting. It's not going to do any harm now. But I had it sitting like this with the top up, and so when that expanded, maybe, and then maybe the latch to keep it shut got knocked open. I don't know. But I've not dropped it. I've always been careful about not dropping it. But, yeah. Let's see. Now a real locksmith, finally. Yes. Yes, I am now. Where did Tim go last weekend? LPG, I went to Georgia to go visit a really good friend of mine. Actually, a couple good friends of mine. And that I had worked with at the police department. And that's also where Cornelia, this kitty, came from. And she came back with me. Yeah, you can actually feel the little baby. There went another pin. I'll be picking up pins in here for years. Yes. But had a great little vacation, good getaway. Got to meet up with Tyler, Thomas, and Jeff Moss in person. So yeah, that was most graphic thing you will ever see on this channel. Kitty, hold my beer. Yeah. Actually, I was out here last night to bring her some food and just cuddle, because I'm not bringing her around the other cats. And so she's been happily living out here. But I had a adult beverage sitting over there on the desk, and I got up to do some stuff and was moving around, and I look over and she's dipping her paw in it and licking off of her paw, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. Not only are you too young, but you're preggers. Yeah. Let's see. Craft diamond painting. Jay, I saw that. Tabletop. Tabletop is 38 and what is it? Just over 38 and a quarter. So, not that short. I'm not that short. Wait till you meet Tyler and Jeff in person, and then you can gauge how short I am. Fonzie, I had a lock yesterday that had a combination of white lithium grease, graphite, and WD-40 in it. It was a commercial lever, and it was just filled with it. I mean, I've still got some of the gunk on my fingers. It was horrible. The tab for the latch. I have a commercial latch over here. On the back of the latch where you attach the faceplate, so you can swap this out for rounded or square. Where this attaches to had broken off, like right here at the base. It was a Schlage, which this one's Schlage, but anyway, it broke off there, so the faceplate was still screwed into the door, but it had just enough play that when the latch was depressed, it was storeroom function, but whenever the latch was depressed, it would get caught up behind the faceplate. And so, I mean, fortunately, that was a fairly easy fix. And she could feel you will give a safe place for her babies. Yes, she has taken up residence in the lower level of baby in the corner. And she's down in there. She's got blankets and a little box and everything. So she's good. Let's see. Here comes the exaggeration of the height. Not 4 foot and nothing. 4 foot and something. For the record, I'm 5'6". Tyler might start screaming at me and saying I'm lying. Jeff Moss might start screaming at me and saying I'm lying. I am 5'6". That's what it says on my driver's license. Wow. We've got 20 people watching and only a few people in the chat. Folks, if you're watching, feel free to say hi. Nah, Jay. You're welcome anytime, no matter how much hell you give me. So we got a few things from the shop because we're going to we're switching to a new field services software, and as part of that, we get to do inventory. And so the boss and I last week, before I left, we actually went through a bunch of stuff. We reorganized, stayed late, and went through a bunch of stuff. I got another box of stuff that we could have that would be useful. This is stuff he said to throw away that I found interesting. This is an old, well, this is the box for it, but it's an old Yale night latch. Pretty substantial, actually. And, of course, it would go something like that. Comes with keys. It's the Jimmy proof, which is really cool. I'll do a video on this one day, showing all this, but it's actually really cool. And since becoming a locksmith, I've started to hate Yale hardware. This doesn't go with that. But this is actually fairly decent. Let's see. Jason, good morning. Okay, so see, I'm not the shortest person in the room then. Dana, thank you. Being short has advantages too. Come up to your knees. Delp, I think you're about, what, Tyler, you're what, 6'3", 6'4", something like that. Jason, yeah, Jason, yeah, the Lab Mini had a stroke. I mean, it had a tragedy. It just went haywire and was just horrible. Okay, so Ronald is 6'4". Yes, Jason, we hate Lab for that clasp. It would be so great if they would redesign that. It is an intentionally stupid latch. Yes. GK man, I have a new drinking buddy. Well, I mean, there's one sitting right there. Come here. They loved her at the vet's office today. Let's see. We do have a bunch of giants in here. Yep. Here I go for R&R to get away, de-stress, and everything, and I come back to this, you know. With friends like y'all, who would need enemies? Kidding. I love y'all. Really do. 6'1" standing. Wow. So we got a few other things. Another old Yale night latch. So that would go like that. And it's complete with rim cylinder and keys. Made in England. So, man, I guess that's pretty cool. If it actually was made there. Made a stamp that it was made there, so I guess so. Yes, Jason, you are more than welcome to. And in fact, if you want me to submit a video for your video, I will do that. Hit me up. We could do a collaboration. You could be my pin kit grief counselor. Or my pin kit disaster advocate. How's that? You could be sort of like the locksmithing attorney, maybe. Anyway, give me some compensation now. But yes, you're free to use the picture of it. Got an Ilco night latch that is keyed to quick sets. Wonderful quick set bitting. Yeah. That sucks. And then let's see. 6 foot. Okay. Legless was 5'10". Okay. Let's see. Miko's only 5'10". All right. Cool. Brian Field, good morning. HKS, he's 6'2". Now, isn't it your bedtime? Don't you need to go to bed? This is a Master Lock deadbolt. Actually feels kind of beefy. All wrapped up like that. This is kind of a weird tailpiece. Really, really kind of weird. And it's got US lock keys that don't work. Yeah, that's the US lock key. Looks like a Wiser keyway, which I guess that's what Master uses. Cornelia, you're fine as long as you don't have gas again like you did in the vet's office. Jeez Louise. She ran me out of there just about. Yeah, he did. And then this deadbolt, electronic keypad. We didn't have a bolt for it. It was just sitting loose on the shelf. Man, it's actually pretty heavy. And it's shrouded and has through pins. And the keypad, these are actual metal buttons. It's got a Schlage cylinder in it. Rotates. I guess that'd be like a dead latch feature, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Let's see. Cease and desist folder might need expanding, but let's see. Brian's 5'10". Let's see. Inordinate amount of 6'2" in this chat. Guess that's the height of the greatest locksmiths. Yeah. Y'all don't need ladders nearly as much as I do. Well, Dana, I did have to have it updated because when I first got my license, the guy looked at me sitting in a chair and he's like, well, I guess you're about 5'2". And I'm like, really? He didn't even ask. Just put that on the license arbitrarily. Again, with me sitting in a chair because that's back when you sat in a chair. But yeah. Tim never knows what it's like to get stuff off the top shelf. You know, I don't put stuff on my top shelves in my house. But at work, we have plenty of ladders because my boss isn't that much taller than me. His wife isn't. Marie and I are about the same height, so yeah. Yeah, she's probably wondering, but yes, this is her life. She loves to be cuddled and petted. Yes, you do, don't you? Yeah. Let's see. Just had to convert, and I can see I'm a 5'10" too. Awesome. Hey, Pocket Women. Good morning. Early morning. Late night for you. Gonna mail Tim a new pin kit and a step ladder. Hey, I keep a. Of course, we've got a ladder on the truck. We keep one on the truck, but I've got. I've actually found an aluminum step ladder under my house in the crawl space, but it's like an 8-foot. Way too tall to be useful. Yeah, Jay, it's all your fault. It is all your fault. You brought all this up, so yes, you owe me. You owe me one pack of pins for all this. Yeah, Pocket Women. This is the new kitty, Cornelia. Let's see. You know, that's funny because I've had my phone set for the British English settings for years now, since I first got a smartphone, which was pre-2010. And the reason why I did is because that was the only region setting that would give me the 24-hour time. And, you know, or as Americans like to call it, military time, but it's 24-hour time, where it's, you know, 1600 is 4 p.m., you know, all that good stuff. That was the only setting where I could get that in the early iPhone models. And so I've learned, because it was on that setting, it switched the dictionary to British English. And so that's why, you know, I'm not misspelling when I say authorized. But years ago, I was on a dating app, and I saw the height listed, but it was in centimeters. Well, we all know that I can't do math, and my conversion was tricky at best, and I thought, well, you know, maybe 5'10", maybe 6 foot. No. 6 foot and a half. 6'6" and a half. Excuse me. 6'6" and a half. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Rune, she knows she has a safe place. You got an old Lab 3000, it's loaded and it's huge. Not the green. Sure, Tyler, I'll take it. Because I've been wanting to put one in here and have one on, probably clear off this bench and have it right next to my duplicator. Because this bench that's attached to the wall is going to get replaced or rebuilt anyway. But sure. I am not picky. I don't care. I mean, I'm still going to refill this one, just so that I can have an emergency pin kit with me, because it's not unusual, since I don't drive the truck home regularly from work. If we get a lockout that is on my way home, a lot of times I'll take it. And if it's a lockout or something, you know, where you need some pins or something, you know, like if you have to rekey it, or if you have to drill the cylinder, hopefully not, because I do have a couple replacement cylinders. But I mean, it's nice to have one in the car. So, all right, Pocket Women, have a good night. Let's see, lockpicking scale is 5'7" from a family of 4. Some things, except my 2 uncles in Texas, are 6 somethings. Feel like a giant. You know, actually, now I've not seen my little brother in years, but the last time I did see him, if I stood up straight and so did he, then I was like 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch taller than him. Mom and Dad are shorter than me, so I kind of, you know, proud about that. A lot of it is my posture. It makes me look a lot shorter. I need to work on that. Let's see. Someone in America uses 24-hour time. There is hope. That's all I've used since I was a teenager. When I first got into the fire department and was volunteering in the hospital, that's what they use, and so I just adopted it. I have to stop for a second when somebody writes down a time and it's like 3:52, and I'm like 3:52, then okay, and then I figure it out. If I could learn and convert myself to metric system, I think I would like that better, because reading a tape measure for me is kind of difficult sometimes. I've got a cheater tape measure on the truck. Yeah, I think centimeters would be better. Send you the green one. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a giant square. Tyler, I am not picky. Quick, cheap, and easy. That's my theme. Jay, I know you're going to say something. Dalp, if you're still here, I know you're going to say something. Yes, I just said that. Ordered the Bomba Royale set and got a hammerless hinge pin remover on the way. Cool. How short is your brother if you haven't seen him? It's been a few years since I've seen him, Jay. But he's just shy, like ½ inch to 3/4 inch shorter than me. Hair height don't count. Okay, so 1/4 to ½ inch shorter than me. Thin piece of foam between the pin tray and the lid, and use 2 heavy spring clamps to latch it shut. Yeah, definitely I will need to get some foam and probably have some small spring clamps I could use. Hey Anthony, good morning. No worries being late. You'll have to rewind. There is some graphic imagery in there, but there is also a new kitty in there. Yeah, and scroll back through the chat if you want to see a bunch of good short jokes. Oh Lord. So yeah, I think this old Yale Jimmy proof. Well, no, I don't want to do it because it's double cylindered. Such a horrible idea. I mean, that's a pretty substantial rock. It's not going anywhere. But, it would be great if it wasn't double cylindered. I don't know. We'll look at it. Even the screws are like a matching copper color. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm too lazy to move the camera around here. Yeah, conversion for metric measurements actually is very easy. But anyway, alrighty, folks. So yeah, we'll tear some of this apart. We've got plenty of materials for live. Next Saturday, if we're not looking at newborn kittens, then we're going to be taking apart this stuff. Most of it's quickset that we don't have keys for, but we want to save the odd finishes. I actually had a job the other week where the customer had he had emailed or called or came in or something, and had the actual core from a quickset smart key. It was in a Baldwin handle set, combined handle set and deadbolt, but the cord just came out, and my boss was like, he looked, and we didn't have any in stock, so he ordered a brand new one. He should have asked me if I had one, because I did on my truck. I keep them, as spares in case if there's a lockout and you have to drill them. It's nice to be able to replace it, and not have to, have the customer replace the entire lock. Yes, we would recommend that, and yes, I normally recommend that to people, but we didn't have it. But anyway, so the goal of that whole box is to remove and reset, rekey all those cores, and that way we can have spares for when people need just the core for their lock. Let's see. We have an imposter non-American. That's no metric. Let's see. Never met a locksmith named Jimmy. Let's see. You do not need keys for quickset. Yeah, but I mean the smart key you can't pick. I mean, I see it from both ways, because if we charge the same, we charge a little bit more if we have to drill, but for a lockout, we try to keep the price the same. And especially these days, right now, everybody's money is kind of tight, so I would hate to have to force somebody into buying a whole brand new deadbolt. Then if I can replace it, drill out the existing and replace it. Which, by the way, that spider bit is awesome. I keep one in the tool bag on the truck now. I didn't abuse it like I did in here, and it's still going strong, going great. But yeah, I mean, the quickset hardware, I don't like it. I don't think there is a locksmith in America who does like it. But some people, it doesn't make sense to swap out all their hardware. They can't afford it. So, try to help people out where we can. Slide a candle and melt the lock open. I don't know. I don't see that many plastic components in there. I mean, yeah, the spindles are plastic, which is really, really shitty. And of course, on a lockout, if the deadbolt is locked, then if all the deadbolts are locked and the homeowner is locked out, then I'm going to be asking questions. Let's see, just got a TE2 Lishi Greensboro locks. 9 cut depths, but Lishi only has 7 depths. Well, that should be interesting for you. Yeah, like Tyler said, and like I've discussed before, criminals coming into your house, they're not going to stop to pick a lock. The only time they're going to pick a lock is when they know what's in there and it's valuable enough, and they know that they have the time to do it and get away with it. And you're more likely to see here, in my experience in America, and as a police officer, you're more likely to see picking or jiggling or bypassing in cases where it's people in the same household stealing from somebody else. They know what's in there, they've got the time, they know the schedule. Somebody who's breaking in to steal your television is going to kick your door in, steal your television. It's just kind of the way it works. So yeah, definitely here we reinforce the strikes. I've got them on all my doors, even the door for the shop. And even though I've not replaced the front porch yet, so Nobody can even stand there to kick it in. But let's see. Stored the L Schlage and C123 leashy picks. Now see, I've got C123. All my cylinders are C123. Which, yes, I know it's, S123 now is the new one, but C123 is what I got. And I don't find them that difficult to pick. We've had to pick them in the field several times, and my boss has always been like, "Here, have at it." After he saw me pick the first couple, he's like, "Here, go for it." And I don't mind picking them. They're actually kind of fun to pick, and we do a lot of Everest cylinders. One of our big customers is it's the corporate for a large retailer, nationwide retailer, and they're all Everest. So we do quite a bit of Everest keys and Re-King and Master King. But yeah, I like them just because of the size and the heft of the key. And the fact that you can't go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get it duplicated. I mean, you can do one of the minute key machines, but they're going to charge you like $40 and take 2 to 3 weeks to mail it to you. So, I kind of like that. Ace Hardware doesn't carry those. Most Ace Hardwares don't carry those blanks. So, Rune, I don't actually. I use top of the keyway tensioners, and then I'll go back and forth between a standard hook and my little short hook, J, and I'll go in and lift the check pin with the short hook. The Sparrow's Tron is the short hook that I carry, and that's just how I do it. Now in the shop, we've got the little shotguns, which are where you basically carve away all the key except for that lower blade that will lift the lower part of the blade of the key, where it'll lift the check pin. We do keep those in the shop, but I don't carry one on me in my pick kit. Let's see. Just received S&G 6700 series. Oh, that's cool. That'll be awesome. Jeff, we buy real Everest cores. And in fact, we actually do for most of them, we do the Schlage composite cylinders because they're all mortise bodies. So we buy all the actual Schlage. We don't get any type of knockoffs for that. I just don't think it's worth it to try a knockoff brand. And the customer, is good with our price on it. So, we're not looking to try to cause ourselves any trouble. Should have never taken that photo. Tyler, it was Jeff's fault. Jeff Moss. And I think he slid out the back door during this live because he's not been commenting. But, I don't know. I like taking pictures. I like taking pictures, not being in pictures. But it was a good picture. We'll have it to remember because who knows the next time all three of us will be together in one spot. But yes, you definitely should have texted me and said, like the day before, and said, hey, get your ass down here early. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. But anyway, all right. Well, I've been rambling for like an hour, 9 minutes now. So I'm going to jump off of here. Give y'all a break. Jason will be live in, 53 minutes? So we'll take a break from that. I'll be trying to listen in to Jason's, maybe participate a little bit. Need to fix lunch, clean the house, and make sure Kitty's taken care of. I think she's gone in her little safe space, so I'm not going to disturb her because she's comfortable. But vet said she looked really healthy, and the X-ray picture I posted on Twitter, I will post it on my YouTube community channel if you don't have Twitter, so you can see all the tiny little babies in there, and they are well developed enough. And the vet, I've never seen this vet before, and she was really kind of iffy and had to check because she said she didn't deal with pregnant cats a lot. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. And of course, y'all will stay updated. Let's see, that was a great photo. That was a great photo. I do like it. Next time, stand 6 feet in front of everyone else. Yes, I will do that, Jay. For sure. Is your lunch broken? Yeah, it is broken. So I'm gonna grab the Impact, some Houdini, can of air, and drill bits, follower, some pliers, beanie connectors, and that should be able to fix my lunch. But y'all have a great weekend. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. But y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. We'll see you next time. Thank y'all.